everyone. I hope that you guys are doing okay today. I also hope that you had a great weekend. Um, Today we'll be having simple, compound, and complex sentence for the grade 5. All right, I will share my screen and we can begin. Hi, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, so first of all, you log in using the aplusstudent.com. Input your email and your password. Then we will move on to clicking on our names, language art, and on to grade 5. So from grade 5, we're having simple, compound, and complex sentences. All right. So we'll start with the first lesson, which says, is the sentence simple or compound? All right. Okay, so first let's go through the explanation so that we can understand the simple sentences and the complex sentences. So, first of all, what is the simple sentence? A simple sentence is a sentence with only one subject and one predicate. So, it's very easy, it has no comma, nothing. It's just a sentence with a subject and a predicate. Now, if you say, what is the subject? The subject is the person doing the action in the sentence, the person who is being talked about in the sentence. And then the predicate is the action going on. What is the person in that sentence doing? That is what the sentence predicate means. For example, we have the pitcher threw the ball to first base. Now, you would say, where's the subject here? Who is throwing the ball? The pitcher. So the pitcher here who is throwing the ball stands as the subject, and then threw the ball to first base is the predicate because that is what the pitcher did. Okay, so it's a very, very simple sentence. You do not need to add a comma whatsoever or anything else. Okay. All right, so we'll move on to the compound sentence. A compound sentence is two simple sentences. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing today? All right, so the compound sentence is two simple sentences joined by a comma and a conjunction, such as an, but, or so. Okay, so we have four conjunctions that joins the compound sentence. It is an, but, or, and so. Okay, so four compound sentences, four predicates, conjunctions that join the compound sentence together. Okay, so you also have a comma. There needs to be a comma first before you see the conjunction joining the sentences. All right, so we have two simple sentence and then we will have the conjunction and a comma. So for example, we have the pitcher threw the ball and the batter hit it. Now, the comma here is there, and is the conjunction that joins the two simple sentences, which is the pitcher and the batter. Okay, so it's joining the pitcher through the ball and the batter hits it. So it's joining them together. Two sentences that is joined together. They are simple sentences. So let's look at some more explanation. So simple sentences have a compound subject or a compound predicate, but they are not compound sentences. So one thing that you need to take note is that some simple sentences have the compound subject or compound predicate, but they are not compound sentences. For example, we have Anna and James will watch the firework today. Anna and James will watch the firework today. Now, the simple sentence has a compound subject, which is Anna and James, because you see that it's joined by a comma. So it has a compound subject. But it doesn't mean that the sentence is not a simple sentence. It is still a simple sentence, okay? The singers bowed and walked off the stage. Now, this simple sentence has compound predicates bowed and walked off the stage. It has a compound predicate. All right, but it's still a simple sentence. That is this one over here. Now, some simple sentences have introductory phrases, but they are not compound sentences. So they have introductory phrases, but they are not compound sentences. The introductory phrases is part of the predicate. Now, when you check it, you see that the introductory phrases, it is part of the phrase. Okay, it is joined together. Just like we have in the winter, Farmer Ben wears his heavy coat. Now, this is a simple sentence. There is one subject, which is Farmer Ben, and one predicate wears his heavy coats in the winter. Okay, so you have to take note of these sentences. You have to make sure that you understand the introductory phrase, the one that is simple sentence, or the one that has simple sentence and compound predicates or even compound subjects. Now we look at some sentences here from the questions. First one is, which is a simple sentence here? The Tiger lost the football game in the fourth quarter. Now that's actually a simple sentence because you see that it has a subject. It also has a predicate that tells us what the tiger lost. Now, our dog Astro had rolled around in the mud, so we gave him a bath. Now, is this a compound sentence? Obviously, yes, because it has a comma, it has a conjunction, which is so there. Take notes, remember that we have four conjunctions and but or so. Alright, so it has a comma and also the conjunction. Which is a compound sentence? The baker splits the cookie in half and crumbs fell to the floor. Now, this sentence has comma and conjunction. So, obviously, it is a compound sentence, but this cannot be a simple sentence because it already has the conjunctions, it has the comma, and it doesn't have an introductory phrase. Okay, let's look at some more examples. The subway runs beneath the streets of the city. The subway runs beneath the streets of the city. Now, this example here is a simple sentence because it has the subject, it also has the predicate. So, this is a simple sentence. The tailor measures the length of the pant's leg. The tailor measures the length of the pant's leg. So this is what a simple sentence because it has the tailor and it has what the tailor is doing. All right, so let's move on to the test. Try to send in your answers, everybody. Okay, so everyone, please send your answers on the chat. Which is the compound sentence? Is it the first or the second? Let me know on the chat box. Send in your answers. Which one is the compound sentence here? So everyone, send your answers. So what do you all think? Are you here? Try to send your answers. Let's see. Okay. Are you guys here? Okay, since no one is here sending in their answers, we will just find which one here is the compound sentence. Take note that the compound sentence needs to have the comma and the conjunction. And we have this one which says Asian pears don't change color after being harvested, comma, but some European pears do. So obviously it is this one because it has the comma, the conjunction. So it has two simple sentences connecting together because of the buts. Which is a simple sentence here. Mark knitted a wool sweater and Sasha sewed a jacket. The subway runs beneath the street of the city. So if you want to choose the first one, it has a conjunction and a comma. So obviously, it is not the simple sentence. The simple sentence is the one without the comma or the conjunction. So that means it is the second one. So we have the next one, which is a simple sentence. The paragraph is too long, so I need to remove some sentence. You can make a quill pen with a goose feather. So which one? The first one has what? Has a conjunction and a comma, which is so. So you have to click on the one without that, which is the second. Which is a compound sentence. The woman at the post office weighs the package on a scale. Canadian geese are flying south, so winter must be coming. So which of the above? The second one has a comma and a conjunction. The first one does not. So which is the most suitable answer? It is the second. Which is a simple sentence. I need to shovel this snow or someone might slip and fall. Now the doctor will wrap a bandage around the cut. So which of these is the simple sentence? The one without the comma, obviously. So it's the second one. Okay, so compound sentence. The river swimmer steps the onto the diving platform. It is raining in the valley and it is snowing in the mountain. So what is the compound sentence here? The second one, because it has the conjunction and it as well has also the comma. Okay, which is a compound sentence? The lightning, the lightning frightened the horses, but they calmed down after the storm. The skier flew down the mountain at top speed. So, what is the right compound sentence here? So, obviously, it is the first one. Okay, so we click on the second. Alright, the compound sentence. The artist prepared a canvas for a new oil painting. Neil liked the sea otters, but the jellyfish were his favorites. So, which is the compound sentence here? So, it's the second. Okay, so which is the simple sentence here? Dad takes a shower at night or he soaks in the bathtub. Sadie will change the batteries in the radio tomorrow. So, which is the right one? The simple sentence is the second, because of course the simple sentence needs to have the subject and the action that the person is doing, which is the predicate. Hi, you're welcome. So, click on this. Alright, so do you all have any questions? If you don't have any questions, we'll move on to the next lesson. Yes or no? Okay, so I guess no questions. We'll move on to the next lesson. Okay, so the second lesson is create compound sentences. Okay, so like we have seen in the first lesson, and we know that the compound sentence has the comma and the conjunctions. In this sentence, we will be forming the compound sentence. It's just simply like the same thing that we've done in the previous, but this one will be forming the sentences. So we already know the sentence. The compound sentence is two simple sentences joined by a comma, conjunction such as and, but also. So we will look at some explanations as we go down. So there are some simple sentences that have phrases that set off with comma. So some of the simple sentence they have some phrase that would be set off with a comma, um, but they are not compound sentences. The phrase set off with commas is part of the subject or the predicate. So if you come in contact with those simple sentences that is set off with a comma, you need to take note that they are not compound sentences. They are just set off with a comma and they are part of the subject. Okay. Josh, the new kid at school, lives down the street from me. Josh, the new kid at school, lives down the street from me. So as you can see in these sentences, it has different sort of commas, but it doesn't mean that it is a compound sentence. All right, the simple sentence there is our subject Josh, the new kid at school, and one predicate lives down the street from me. Melissa bought the black sweater, but not the navy one. Now, what is the simple sentence here? The subject is Melissa, and one predicate is the but the black sweater. All right, let's look at some examples. Mrs. Mackey dashed tickets to the symphony. No, Mrs. Mackey loves the violin, so Mr. Mackey bought tickets to the symphony. So this is completing the sentence to make a compound sentence. Okay, so Dash wrote popular books about his life. What is the right answer here? Pele is known for his soccer skill, but he also wrote stories about himself or his life. Dash exhausted hikers took a break. What is the right answer to complete this? The afternoon's climb was difficult too, so the exhausted hikers took a break. Okay, so that's it for like forming the compound sentences. We'll move on now to the test. Okay, Harvard University is the oldest university in dash. You need to form a compound sentence. The dash in the United States, not the largest one in America, and it is one of the most respected. So, which of these have the conjunction? The first one says not here, but obviously not is not a conjunction. So, we have to look at the second one, and the second one says and is part of the conjunction. Okay. Okay. If we'll be studying chemistry at Brookfield University, but she might take a year off, one of the best science schools in the state. This is asking for compound. So, but there is a conjunction. So this is the most suitable answer. Dash can be seen in modern day Egypt. The ancient city of Thebes had many temples and the ruins of many important ancient temples. So which of these has the conjunction? The first one or the second? So the first one does have the conjunction. Zach should get an air mattress. Before his next camping trip, Jessica should bring sleeping bags or now, what is the right one to complete? This one, or because all has the conjunction. Form a compound sentence. Dash the exhausted hikers took a break. Now, is it weary after a long, difficult climb? The afternoon's climb was difficult, so dash the exhausted hikers took a break. So, which of them? Which one has the conjunction? So, this one. So, dash the official language in German. So, which of these have the conjunction? The capital of Austria is Vietnam, and dash the official language is German. Or is it the European country of Austria? So, which one is the right one? So, it's to be the capital of Austria is Vienna, and the official language is German. My teammates stumbled dash the race over the last hurdle, the highest in or over the hurdle, but our team still won. So the right most suitable answer is the one with what? Okay, so I'll let you guys complete this. If you've not done this test, you have to try to complete this up until the end. Now we'll move on to the last lesson. So this one says, is the sentence simple, compound, or complex? Okay, so first we need to know what a clause is. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate. An independent clause is a complete thought. It can stand alone as a sentence. So when we say independent clause, so first we have clause and then we have like sub under the clause. Like an independent clause, it is a complete thought. It stands alone as a sentence. So when you see the independent clause, you know that it makes sense. It forms a complete thought. But then the dependent clause is not a complete thought. It cannot stand alone. So if you have a dependent clause, it's just like the name dependent. It cannot stand alone. It needs support. It needs help. Just like this sentence here, the oranges are on our tree are ripe. The oranges on our tree are ripe. Now, the clause can stand alone, so it is independent. Of course, like we said, independent clauses form a complete thought, they stand alone. And then after we pick up Kelvin from work, after we pick up Kelvin from work. Now, what happens after we pick up Kelvin? We simply have no idea. So, this is a dependent clause. So we already know that the simple sentence is made up of single independent clause with subject and verb. Ben and I spent all day relaxing by the pool. And also we have the some single yes. We've talked about this previously when we talked about the introductory phrases. We said that some of the sentences have introductory phrases and it is part of the predicates. So in winter, Ben usually wears his coats, his heavy coats. Ben usually wears his heavy coats in the winter. That's another way to make the sentence. But of course, we know the compound sentence. It is made up of two independent clauses joined by a conjunction and or but so. So we saw a flash of lightning, and second later we heard the rumble of thunder. Of course, we've done that previously in the other lesson. Now we have the complex sentence is made up of independent clauses and dependent clause. But if the dependent sentence usually be the dependent sentence usually begins with a subordinating conjunction. So if you see a subordinating conjunction, just know that that is a dependent clause. We have some list here: after, although, as, before, if, since, unless, until, when, or while. So, if she never gets the chance, Terry would love to visit the Egyptian pyramid. So, if the sentence starts with any of the dependent clauses and subordinate conjunctions, you know that that is what complex sentence. So it needs to start something with like the subordinating conjunction. So it could be like starting the sentence, or it could be like in between. Okay, so yeah, so let's go through some sentences. Okay, so which is a simple sentence here? The correct answer is in the 1900, the US state with the largest population was New York. So they said that is the complete sentence, the simple sentence, yeah, which is a complex sentence. The eel in my fish tank stays hidden among the rocks until it is hungry. So, which is the complex sentence? So we have unless and unless it is hungry. So if you see here, unless is part of the dependent clause subordinating conjunction. So here in this part, you have the subordinating conjunction in the sentence. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Which is a simple sentence. The following answer is in June, Kimi and Perry will graduate with honors from Newberg High School. So is this a simple sentence? So yes, it is a simple sentence. Okay. The first the first sentence in the simple sentence, it is a single independent clause, but then the continuation, yes, you have them there. Okay. The Baba and his brother opened their shop in Hamlin more than 30 years ago. So simple sentence. Is this a simple sentence? Okay, yeah, it's a simple sentence. Complex sentence. Uncle Henry will keep snoring until he rolls over onto his stomach. So until is an example of a subordinating conjunction here. So you have to take note of the list of the subordinating conjunctions. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the test. So which is a compound sentence here? Remember that compound sentence have the coordinating conjunctions which are and but also. Alright? Alright, so let's go on. At the auction, several paintings by famous artists were for sale, including one by Pablo Picasso. You can wipe up your spill with some paper towels or you can use the sponge on the counter. So which of the above has the coordinating conjunction? We have the one here with or, and this is a conjunction. So we click on the coordinating conjunctions for the compound sentence. Which is a simple sentence. Unless the weather forecast is wrong, you will probably need an umbrella tomorrow. Mr. Jones' afternoon lecture was about an arts and culture in Germany before World War II. So which is the most suitable answer for the simple sentence? This one starts with unless. That means this is a complex sentence. But this one here is the simple sentence. Which is a compound sentence. I had an old token for my subway fare, but the new system only accepts paper fares cards. My fleece hat keeps my head and ears warm on even the coldest winter day. So which of the above is the compound sentence? So which of the above? Okay. So the first one has the coordinating conjunction, which is but. So because the leaves now this is asking for complex. Because the leaves blocked the intense sun, it was cool underneath the forest canopy. The American badger, one of the fastest digging animals on the planet and can dig quickly through both soil and concrete. So which one? Because is a subordinating conjunction. So it's starting the sentence. So you can say that is the yeah independent clause. The simple sentence. Which one is the simple sentence here? Loyalty is one of many themes in Charlotte's Web, E.B. White's classic novel. Greta might go to the science museum with Tommy or she might go alone. Now, the second one has a comma and coordinating conjunction or. So the first one is the most suitable simple sentence. Okay. Which is a complex sentence. Uncle Harry will keep snoring until he rolls over onto his stomach. Lucy and her sister drew a map of the United States and hung it on the wall. So, which is the most suitable answer here? Complex sentence. So, until here is a complex sentence. Okay, so that's it for simple, complex, and compound sentences. If you haven't done this lesson, you have to make sure that you try and complete this lesson. Go through the video that and the class that we just had now, and then you complete the sentences. Okay? Do have a good evening, everyone, and see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.